Now, usually Reddit is filled with the other side of the conversation, like what would you like to be, alone in the woods with a bear or a man? Let's talk about how can you identify a low-value man? You know, like those type of topics are all over Reddit, but it's very rarely that you get to see the opposite. It's like men of Reddit. What do women do that they think is okay, but is actually creepy? Now, before we actually go into the meat of it, I would like to tell you my experiences, like what I think that some women do that is incredibly creepy. And it's usually that if you call it out, you're the problem. Like you're not supposed to have preferences in this matter. You're not supposed to have any opinions because it's borderline misogynistic. So I do have opinions. I have a lot of opinions. One of the things that I find incredibly creepy, though, is when women perform medical procedures on themselves to the point where they get these fat, plump lips. They almost look like a duck. You know what I'm talking about? Or they do the suction of all the fat in their face. And I generally don't understand why. Because I have struggled. I went and undertook one of the most long and time-consuming journeys of my life to see if I can find a single man that likes that. Like, a single man, I was curious. It's like, okay, do you find it attractive when you see the Botox? Like, when you see that lady with, like, the massive duck face? Is that something you're into? Are you attracted to that? And universally, every single man, no exception, has told me it's not only that they're not attracted into that, they find it off-putting. Like, they know women that were absolutely gorgeous to behold, and yet they went and undergone certain medical procedures, and after that, they became off-putting. So I assume that there must be like a subsection of men that have like some bizarre fetish into the duck face, because otherwise I genuinely do not understand why they do it. Even other women don't like other women who do it. Like you will have other women that probably try to gaslight more beautiful women into doing it so that they now look better in comparison. Because otherwise I don't understand. Now, I did speak with the women that do it. And universally, they told me, well, I don't do it for men, I do it for myself. And I'm like, okay, so you are that obsessed with the way you look that you are willing to pay tens of thousands of dollars in some situations just to medically alter your body in order to fuel a level of pathological narcissism that I didn't even think it's possible. And again, like, calling it out is not allowed. Like, you're just supposed to smile and nod. Which is fine, but it's the answer to the question, right? Because, like, they think it's okay, but it is creepy when you see a person with certain lips that human beings aren't meant to have. Now, let's see what Redditors have to say about it. Have super long nails. I'm always paranoid around such. I mean, my opinion is that long nails are fine. It's not something that I genuinely care about, whether they have it or don't. But there is a level after which you become like that character from the movie with the scissor hands. And you're walking around and I just have to wonder, how do you perform your daily activities? How the fuck do you even pick your nose? Like, if you have a nasty itch in your ear, how do you wipe your ass? Like, there is no way that nail doesn't go through the toilet paper at some point. Like, do you need to learn certain angles? Like, do you do mathematics when you're on the toilet? Are we in the realm of trigonometry where you have to calculate every single angle? It's like, oh, sinus of beta plus cotangent of alpha. You know, like, how do they get it out? Now, I do understand that there are certain things called nailed extensions. But again, why? Why? Like, the normal size of the human nail is enough. If you have to change them into sharp object that looks like something that the Wicked Witch from Hansel and Gretel was having, maybe it's a little bit overboard. Now, this one can apply to men and women. This one is something that's a massive, massive red flag. And if you see it, it's guaranteed that your spouse is cheating on you. Again, it can happen to men and it can happen to women, but from my knowledge, a lot of women are doing it. And that is to be incredibly invasive into your partner's privacy while being incredibly opaque about your privacy. But usually, if you notice that your partner is displaying an insane level of paranoia when it comes to cheating, you need to understand that normal people aren't like that, and there is no justification for it. Like, normal people have had previous relationships where they were betrayed, where they were cheated, and they don't become paranoid about that. So if you're in a relationship and the other person wants to know all your Facebook passwords, they want to know your phone password, they want to have access to everything you do online as if you're a child, that person probably is cheating on you. In fact, it's most likely. Like, from my experiences, from the people I talk to, from spending time on this earth more than 35 years, it's true for men and it's true for women. If you are in that situation where a person is that obsessed with you cheating, chances are they're probably cheating on you. Now, there might be an exception to this. If you already cheated on them and they caught you, and they somehow still want to keep the relationship, and then they're worried that you may cheat again, so like they're a little bit more invasive, that's understandable. But even then, there is a limit. Now what's interesting is that most of these people that are like that, they don't want you to have the same access to them. So they will say, oh, I want to see where you're at, so I want you to install this app that will send me information about what you're doing on your phone, or I want you to give me access to all your passwords, I want you to give me access to this and that. They will do that, and when you're asking them, can I see what you're doing, they'll be like, well, no, obviously not, because it is very creepy, it is very weird, and it is also pathological. Now, normally, most people deep inside, they know. Like, I have spoken with people that have been in abusive relationships like this, and deep inside, they know that something's wrong, they know that this is not normal, and they even suspect that the woman is cheating on them. But they still stay in the relationships for various reasons, whether it is because they're married and they're afraid that the divorce settlement is going to ruin them financially, or they're upset that they have children and they don't want to be separated from the kids, or they believe that the person they're with is just absolutely stunning and beautiful and amazing in bed, so they don't want to lose that. They don't think that they're ever going to find another person that is as good as the one they're with. Or it can also be that they put a lot of effort in the relationship. They've been together for like 5 years and they don't view themselves as starting it all over again with a new person, going out, dating, finding out about the other person. But the reality is, if you're at this level of a relationship, there is no way it's going to work. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Whether it's going to be in a couple of weeks, whether it's going to be in a couple of months, or sometimes even years, at some point you will find out that she's cheating on you and you're going to end up having the conversation anyway. So yeah, like if you're at this level, and it doesn't even have to be like this bad, simply if she doesn't allow you any type of privacy, if she controls all of your passwords, if she has access to your phone, if she has access to everything, then it's just not going to work. I mean, look at it this way, all right? Like put aside the relationship aspect for a second. Imagine you're in a business with a business partner, and the business partner doesn't trust you at all, to the point where he wants access to your passwords, your social media, everything you have, so that your business partner can monitor everything you do. Is that a healthy way of having a business relationship? The answer is obviously no. Do you think like that company will work for long? The answer is no. So like, why would you think that when you apply it to a different area of life, which is not a business, but it's still the same concept, like you have to work with another person, right? In fact, I would say that the relationship is even deeper than a business. Like, it requires more trust, it requires more collaboration. So like, if for a business that requires less, it's not sustainable, how can it be sustainable for something else that requires far more? Now, I want to say that the opposite is also a problem. So, like, if you go to your wife, or if your wife comes to you, and she needs your phone, because, like, she ran out of battery on hers, and she wants to make a delivery, and the first thing that you say is like, no, I will call it, I will call. I mean, if you're behaving like that, it can explain this type of behavior. So, you gotta apply it to a contextual situation. Right? Like, if you walk into the room and the wife immediately puts the phone under her pillow. Right? Like, those are some things that only the Democrats can do. It's like, what cheating? What cheating? There's no cheating. If you ask about cheating, you're jeopardizing the relationship. Get out of here. Get out of here. Stop asking. Stop asking. You're hurting our relationship, right? So unless your wife is a Democrat and she has some DNC talking points, then yeah, that also doesn't fly. And if you're a man, right? Again, there's no reason to behave that way. That is like on my computer. There is absolutely nothing that I wouldn't want my wife to see. So yeah, like if she comes into the room once and now then it's like, can I use your computer to order something online? I'm like, sure, yeah, use the computer. But if she was to come like, I need your passwords, I need your emails, I need your, right? She doesn't do that because we trust each other. And if you're in a relationship that's not like that, yeah, that's a problem. It's not normal. It's creepy. Let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.